The big games of the week. Dallas Cowboys at the Indianapolis Colts. Who thought this would be a huge game? But it is an interesting one with Dallas riding their defense, riding Dak Prescott. I joked the other day, Dak Prescott, one of the more unimpressive 455-yard outings you're going to see. Missing a bunch of throws, but they still had Amari Cooper going off, and you got the Indianapolis Colts who continue to improve other than that one shutout against the Jaguars.
So the theme to this week might be mocking ridiculous comments by very well-paid and famous people on Twitter. Because
what's this one now?
Skip Bayless came out and tweeted about how Dak Prescott is basically better than Andrew Luck in every way, shape, or form. And every time one of these tweets, so I don't follow him, right, for obvious reasons, but every now, like, his things will appear in my timeline because other people will retweet them for whatever reason, and you get to see them. But every time one of these tweets comes out, I like check the date in case it was tweeted during some weird like Thursday night game back in 2016 where that particular comment would be less staggeringly and abrasively, offensively stupid, right?
Yeah.
And it never is. It's always like, no, this is actually what he thinks right now. So Skip thinks that Andrew Luck is a much worse player than Dak Prescott. Skip is wrong. Very, very wrong. So wrong, in fact, that you kind of wonder how he functions daily without just falling over and, you know,
you're derailing the podcast
passing
now
out.
by
Sorry,
referencing that.
Okay, but so that was the, you know, we had the one with the Hunter Henry versus Derek Johnson thing, and here's another one: Skip Bayless, Dak Prescott versus Andrew Luck. If you're looking at this game as a quarterback matchup, Andrew Luck is the far superior quarterback.
However, here's the thing. Andrew Luck going up against a Cowboys defense that has made life really difficult for opposing quarterbacks for the most part over the last few weeks. And if there is a matchup for Dak that is favorable, it is the zone. It's zone-heavy teams that aren't going to maybe put a ton of pressure. And this feels like one of those games where Dak will, you know, he's missed a ton of throws the last couple weeks too, but he could put up one of those high completion percentage, really efficient games against this Colts defense. So I think when we talk matchups, is Andrew Luck better than Dak Prescott? Yes, and it is by a wide margin right now.
Right.
PFF grade show it, everything else shows it, but this could be a matchup that, you know, things are a little bit closer to even, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a quarterback-only thing, Steve, much as you would like it to be every single week.
It's not.
There's the rest of the team involved as well. And you're right, this Dallas defense in particular has been really fantastic of late. They're the thing that's propelling this team, right? Everyone wants to focus on Amari Cooper and the impact he's made, and that has been significant. He is a dramatically better player when he's being targeted relatively heavily, the way he wasn't in Oakland. And he's having a big impact. But their defense has been fantastic. That linebacker core, Leighton Vander Esch, Jalen Smith, the defensive front, those guys are getting significant pressure. You know, DeMarcus Lawrence, not quite as good as he was a year ago, but way better than a sort of last year was a fluke. You know, he's definitely backing that up with authority and earning himself a monster contract this offseason, whether it's for Dallas or somebody else. That defense is formidable in a way that the Colts isn't.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And again, you know, the Colts have some playmakers. Love what Darius Leonard has done all year and everything.
Yeah.
And they've been impressive. I'm just saying the way that they're matched up against Dak, this could help him play a little bit better. Dak, the last couple weeks, despite all the passing yards and all that stuff, we've seen him against the Saints, where they only scored 13 points, by the way. He had an open deep ball to this would have sealed the deal.
Yeah.
They would have gone from 13 to 20, closed the door, and he overthrows the deep pass. Last week, he had the same opportunity when I think they're up 7 against the Eagles, overthrows the deep pass, and his 2 interceptions against the Eagles. I know they came early in the game, and he was much better in the fourth quarter, but 2 just bad interceptions, 1 red zone, a couple overthrows. So Dak's had some ugly ones in there, but impressed with how he's bounced back, and he made some nice throws down the stretch to Amari Cooper. Again, I just think the short passing game should be a little bit better for Dallas in this one.
Yeah, Dak Prescott is a weird quarterback in terms of he fluctuates wildly when it comes to accuracy. So overall, he's a vaguely accurate quarterback. He's middle of the pack to above average in terms of adjusted completion percentage and all that kind of thing. But every now and again, it's just like it's like a glitch, right? He just twitches and he's way off. And it usually happens on those, you know, critical plays deep down the field. Yeah. You kind of need to hit, and he doesn't all too often.
But he's made some spectacular plays with his legs and some nice throws down the field. So yeah, so just hit and miss, and still hasn't played to that, you know, rookie year level that he had, where he was extremely well protected. But yeah, this Cowboys defense going up against Andrew Luck is going to be a really good matchup. The Cowboys are playing with such great speed at linebacker. We've talked about him every week on here. Love the way they're playing right now. So, and the last time Luck played against a pretty good defense was Jacksonville. Now, granted, that was on the road. This one's at home, but they did get shut out 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. We both went Colts in this one.
Yeah.
I was just looking, so I had a bad week in the picks last week. Maybe this was the precursor to my illness. I was thrown off my game, Steve. That suffered a little bit in the overall pick competition. But we differ on 2 games this week, and that's the difference between you and I in the pick so far. So you could, if they both break your way.
Oh, I'm 2 behind you?
You could tie me this week.
I can't wait. Can't wait to see how it all unfolds. It's getting to that point where we need to start looking at other people's
right. So I'm now. I think
all that stuff.
I'm 2 or 3 behind Nathan. I need to start picking off those games. I need them to break my way. Otherwise, he's gonna run away with it.
Well, best of luck.
Thank you.
I do think it's another little bit of a test for the Indy O-line as well.
Yeah.
It's an O-line that we said they're improved, but have they improved against poor teams? Going up against DeMarcus Lawrence and company up front, Dallas. That's the other really good test here, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And we kind of saw last week that, the line has been better, but it's not great. They are still, when they run up against top-level competition, the Houston Texans, still have a really good defensive front. They struggle badly. This idea of Mark Lewinsky, that's going to come back to haunt you at some point. And then Costanzo has kind of struggled the past couple of weeks in terms of pass protecting. He's had 2 of his worst games for a long time at left tackle.
Right.
Admittedly against top-level competition. Houston, Jacksonville, Yannick Ngakoue, J.J. Watt, Jadeveon Clowney. Those are tough people to be trying to block, but he stunk.
He stunk.
Stunk.
All right. So we're all taking Indy. We didn't give you good reasons for it. I think ultimately Andrew Luck's going to make enough plays.
Right, he's the better quarterback.
And the Colts defense is much improved. The matchups are going to, I think it's going to be one of the games of the week. It's going to be a good one.
They're at home, Steve.
We just defer to the home team.